The following is a conversation with His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 22nd of May, 1973, in New York, New York.
My name is Krishna Tiwari.
Tiwari?
Yes.
Oh. In Kanpur, I had an old friend. He was just like my father. Tiwari. The very rich man. They have got their temple.
Which place are you talking about?
In Kanpur there is a big temple that belongs to the Tiwari family. It is a famous temple. Many people go there to visit.
I lived there too long. In Lucknow, educated in Lucknow.
No, yes. This temple is a very old temple. So the proprietors of the temple are Brahmins, Tiwari. So the eldest member, old Mr. Tiwari, very nice, great devotee. At home he had deity Rukmini Krishna. He was worshipper of Rukmini Krishna, Dwarka.
Mr. Tiwari is a well-known scientist. Biology?
Yes. Molecular biology? Yes. Yeah. Professor in UC, University of California at Irvine. He's been very, I don't know how famous, but contributions in cell biology and molecular biology. Yes. You were in University of Southern California before, right? No, University of California at Los Angeles. Oh, Los Angeles. Yeah.
Idang ni pungsas tapasas kutasava sishtasya suttasya chabuddhadatta avichita artha kavibhi nirupita jaduttama sloka gunanuvardhana. So, biology means the scientist dealing in living entities.
Right.
So, I don't think your science has reached to the point to find out the measurement of the living entity.
No, that is very true.
Eh?
That is very true.
But we get information that there is a measurement. The tip of the ear is divided into 100 parts and take that part, again divided into 100 parts. That is the measurement. There is a 1/10,000th part of the tip of the ear. How far do you agree with this?
I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that, but of course it is very true that we do not know much about life. And scientists are the first to agree to that we know very little.
That is real scientist.
But the question is, on the other hand, of course, in my opinion, and I think in the opinion of many scientists, there is no difference between a scientist or a common man or a religious man. All these people are trying to find out about their environment. I mean, so are the religious men. They want to find out more about themselves, about the nature they live in. They want to know more about it. They want to find out why they are here, how they are going to live in this world. And so I do not think there is any difference between the two.
No, that cannot be different.
Yes. And the only difference is that where the scientist deals with the phenomena of nature and wants to show it to others. in a strict sense can tell how he got those data. Others can go and say it. Sometimes it is very hard, I think for obvious reasons, for the religious leaders to do that.
As so far the differences, there is no difference, because it's like this body, and the body has got different parts. The fingers, the hand, the eyes, the legs, so many different. But the whole purpose is to serve the body. Either it be finger or eyes or hands or legs, the whole purpose is centered around the soul or the complete whole body. Similarly, Bhagavad says that whatever you may be scientist, you may be a philosopher, you may be an engineer, you may be a poet, you may be sociologist, politician, whatever you may be, their purpose should be avichyuta artha. Avichyuta means infallible purpose. Avichyuta artha kavibhi nirupita. It has been decided by great learned scholars that all of them should be engaged in glorifying the Supreme. Avichyuta artha kavibhi nirupita jat uttama shloka gunanuvarnanam. The scientist, from their angle of vision, should describe the glory of the Lord, how this biology is working by the manipulation of the Supreme Law. Similarly, chemists, physicists, engineers, politicians, there are different departments, but all of them should join together, congregation, and from the different scientific point, angle of vision, they should glorify the Supreme Law.
Yes.
Just like I was speaking that the measurement of the living entity is such and such. So how God has become so small, anoraniya mahatomuya. This we can simply imagine. 1/10,000th part of the tip of the hair. I don't think any scientist can have any measuring instrument.
I think they can be measured. I think they can measure that. It can be measured.
It can be measured?
Yes.
It can be measured, other how it is said.
It's very easily measured.
It can be measured, but they say there is no soul.
Scientists say there is no soul, but
Yeah.
because they don't know how to look for it.
And therefore, how they are measured? That way it is impossible for them to measure.
You can't find it.
They cannot find
But
it.
nobody else has.
Huh?
Nobody else has found it.
Yes, so I said this is the measurement.
But since nobody else has found it,
But
how do
nobody
we know
else
that
has found it, that is different thing. But the measurement is there in the Shastra.
How to measure it then?
How to measure, that is a different thing.
Yeah.
But the measurement is there.
What is the measurement?
The 1/10,000th part of the tip of the hair.
Well, that's very easy to measure.
So why don't you find it?
But that probably there is nothing in there. It's just a number. Because this is just a number. Because 1,000th part of a hair
No,
is just a
1,000,
measurement of.
1/10,000.
That doesn't matter. You can make a 1/1,000,000th. It will be a measure of a distance, which is very easy. That cannot be a soul.
So, no, that cannot be so. It is definitely said. Jiva bhava savigya. Jiva means soul. Soul's measurement is given there in this Shastra.
Yeah, but what are this? This is the, I don't know. This is the measurement 1,000th of a,
1/10,000th.
10,000th of a tip of hair.
Yes.
Well, that is, I don't understand that, because that will be, at that time I think it was alright, because people thought nobody could measure 1,000, 10,000 people per hair.
We don't say people could not measure. People could measure. People measured. Therefore it is the measurement is given there. It is not that people could not measure. People measured it definitely. And then gave it. This is the measurement.
Okay, so what you're trying to say, what symbolically it means very small.
It is very small.
Is that what it means?
That small part is there in every body. The soul is there. Now, they, without finding it, they say soul is niraka. There is no measurement. That is my point. I say there is akar, form.
There is a form of soul, according to you.
Yes. But they say there is no form. That is my contention.
Well, they don't know probably at this moment. But we have a trouble, at least I have a trouble, in understanding whether anybody else knows about soul. According to
No, so far we are laymen, we have no instrument to measure. We simply hear from the Shastra and we try to perceive, that's all. But there is something. That measurement may be very, very small, but there is the substance. That is our point.
Right. But, with due respect to Shastras, after all, in my opinion, Shastras are written by very intelligent people, and howsoever intelligent they would have been 5,000 years ago, they could not have.
Not 5,000 years.
Or 10,000.
No, you cannot calculate.
This is a different game then.
No, we have got, because this, if we take on the strength of Shastra, we understand that after the birth of Brahma created this universe.
Yes.
Not Brahma.
Right.
But Brahma's one day you cannot calculate.
Yes, I agree with that.
So, now, at the present moment, we are in one day's Brahma's, one day we have passed only half.
Yes.
Because in the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Sahasra Yuga Parjantam Arahajjat Brahmano Vidi. So one yug is calculated to be 43 lakhs of years. Now,
that is
so
4.3 million years.
Huh?
That is 4.3 million.
yes,
Okay.
and multiply it by 1,000.
Okay, we got 4.3 billion.
Yes, that is the duration of daytime, one daytime of Brahma. And similarly calculate night. Similarly you calculate, that is 24 hours, one day and night. Similarly calculate 1 month.
Yeah, I understand that, Swamiji, but
In this way, he lives for 100 years, according to his calculation.
I can understand that. But see, we do know the age of the earth. And we know better than anybody else does.
How can you know?
Oh, we know. We have our own measurements which are very reliable. Different people will come up with the same number, and we do not have to depend upon any, roundabout answer.
No, you have to depend.
No,
because
we don't.
Your theories changes every year.
No, it changes because it gets refined.
Therefore you have to depend.
No, change is the law of nature.
No.
Change is the law of nature.
Change is the law of nature, that's why.
And therefore...
But one should know the whole duration of change. Just like we know that sunrise from the morning till evening, there are so many changes. But I know what is the changes. That is knowledge.
That is true, but...
Yes, but you cannot say that I know 7 p.m. I do not know what is going to happen at 8 p.m.
No, that is not the point. Point is how long this earth where we all live, Now we're talking about only this earth. How long this has been in
I'm not
existence?
talking of the earth, I'm talking of the whole universe.
Right. Well, we will talk about one object first before we talk about universe next.
That means you are not in the knowledge.
No, but Swamiji, when you want to talk about something, you want to start from something which is easy to comprehend, then go further.
No. The whole universe is one unit.
Oh, I agree with philosophically, probably.
If you study my whole body, you cannot begin studying my nails.
But you have to study nails.
That will include.
Yes.
But if you study my body, you have to study the whole body, not my nails or my hair.
No, you have to start somewhere.
No, that is
It's a scientific process.
scientific. You begin studying, suppose you studying biology, you begin from here. Do you mean to say?
Yes, but something can I have some doubts?
First of all, you answer me.
Yeah, I answer you because
Because you are studying my body, you begin studying from my hair.
Someplace. It is hair, eyes, ears,
Do
someplace.
you think that is
No,
studying?
scientists will study, if they want to study a body, they study first outside, looking at what they can learn. Then after some time it stops. Then one has to go
So
inside.
that's all right. So our point of view is when we study the body, we study first of all the soul.
But how we know about soul?
We know from the Vedic knowledge.
Yeah, well, somebody said there is a soul, but the question is unless we all realize and there is a
We
way
realize, everyone realizes, as soon as the soul goes away, your body is lump of matter.
Oh, well, this is just dead. I mean, I don't know whether soul went away or not. I don't know.
You don't know what I know.
Well, that's your belief.
That's no belief.
That's your belief. It's my belief too that there is a soul. But scientifically I don't know.
Your belief is also based on some scientific data.
No.
Yeah.
Belief can be anything. But I can believe he's out to kill me. He can believe I'm a bad man.
No.
Belief has no foundation.
No.
Not necessarily foundation.
Belief is a fact, is not belief. Fact is fact.
Well, fact has to be established.
Established. I say that this is the distinction between dead man and living man.
Will it extend to animals also?
Anyone.
According to our Hindu philosophy,
Yeah.
I understand everything has a soul.
Yeah, everything, everybody.
Well, that makes me doubtful because if I go into my laboratory and I can create as many souls I like, I can breed animals as many as them I like.
You cannot create. The souls are already there. You
Well,
can find out.
then I'm putting a lot of pressure on God. Every time I make a lot of rats, I'm asking for rat souls.
Rat has soul, yeah.
I know, but that's why then I can do it. Whenever I want them to be here, they will be here, not on the will of God. According to our concept of soul.
If he's in a laboratory and he's breeding rats, he's making rats have sex life and have babies, then he is controlling the souls of those rats.
He is not controlling. He is controlling the body.
Well, this body has soul.
Yeah.
So I'm controlling the soul.
No,
I'm making them come.
no, you cannot control the soul.
No, I understand that.
No, otherwise when the soul is gone from the body,
Yes.
you could replace one soul.
Well, that's true. I mean, if you go, but my point is that if I have a soul and the God has something to do with the soul, then I should have no control on it.
Apart, we are not going to God. Just like
Okay, let us talk about soul.
You are studying the hair. Your point is you are studying soul is the part of God.
Okay.
Momi Yangsa. God says the soul is my part of God. So first of all you study the part. What is the deficiency in the dead body? Have you studied it? That he is a dead body.
Yes.
Your biology.
Yes.
When the body is dead,
It's
what thing is
equilibrium.
missing? Huh?
Body gets dead because every reaction comes to equilibrium.
What is that?
Every reaction, chemical reaction, comes to a standstill.
How it is? How comes equilibrium? Equilibrium in the sense that neither the reaction goes this way or that way. Things do not happen. And this is not one thing which controls it. There are millions of, variables in it. There are a lot of variables.
Going back to your example about rats.
Mhm.
If I give you, you say you're creating rats.
Mhm.
I give you this plant, can you create a rat from it?
No, that is transformation of matter.
Well, that's what creation means. If I give you nothing, can you create rats from it?
No.
So all you're doing is playing with the established laws of nature
Right.
to create rats.
Right.
So you're not creating anything.
No, I'm perpetuating it.
You're not.
At my will.
Yes, you're given a will to perpetuate,
Yes.
to change a few things.
Uh-huh.
A few things. You cannot perpetuate a rat out of that mat.
Of course not. Of course not. Nobody else can.
And all you can do is study that established law of nature by perpetuating. that.
And
that law
yes.
of nature,
Is-
Srila Prabhupada is saying,
It's under my control.
no, it's not. Under
I can
control.
change a rat.
And as much as you go along with that law of nature.
No. No. For example, we have found out the law of nature. Yes, there is always a law of nature, and that is supreme. That I agree. But I can manipulate that law of nature as today, not
But
me,
only to the extent-
with the help of all the other scientists, which nobody else could do ever.
And your manipulation is within that law of nature. Your manipulation
Of course.
fits within that
Of
law of
course,
nature.
I agree.
And your intelligence.
Therefore you cannot manipulate the law of nature. You are under the law.
Oh, I
right.
agree. I agree. I agree.
That's right.
You can't
No.
bring a dead body back.
Yeah.
Yes,
right.
but on the other hand,
So let's go from there.
Yes.
So that's the limit.
Then why don't you cannot bring the dead body into life?
I don't think this is the point of argument.
Yes,
Because
this
I
is
have
the
always,
part.
I have
This is
already
the-
agreed that the wait, listen. Because the point is this, I agree that the living gets dead and no science can revive it.
Therefore, what is your
Fine.
science?
But what I'm saying is that when the question of soul is something which is not at the moment visible to us or anybody, there is no indication that there is soul, because if there is soul in everything, I would imagine that that will not be controllable under laboratory conditions. If soul made us, then we should not be able to make differences amongst us. If the soul was the prime force and was an important force, then such differences of a very magnified nature as exist between one species, between the same species, for example, human beings, or between the rats. They will not be under the control of the human beings. One could make rats with white eyes, same rat can be bred and made with blue eyes. Or a rat can be made white to black. Now this knowledge, which a man has achieved by studying the law of nature, would never have arrived if we just believed in total something which has been said.
What good are blue-eyed rats?
Well, that is a different point. What good is life? What good is anything? Well, that point is out of question. Yes.
You're not creating anything new.
I never said I did create anything new.
There is.
But I changed those recognized things
Within the law
at will.
mutations.
Yes, at will.
Yeah.
At will. Made by my own, which God...
No, that will is not your own.
Oh, sure it is.
It's not.
Sure it is.
It's limited. Can you will to jump up, go to another star?
Oh, no. No, we don't know yet that.
So you don't know so many things.
Of course, I agree that on the first place.
So
But we know.
No,
We
that's the
know.
difference. What we do not know, we are ready to agree that we don't know.
Yeah.
The trouble comes when people know nothing and they say they do know.
Now we know. Now why can't you say no? We know.
No, this is your belief, and I'm not arguing on
not
that.
You
belief.
can believe that too.
Oh, I believe too, but this is belief as somebody's belief. Say, I may believe so many things, as you do, as Swamiji does, as everybody else does.
Now what is your explanation between dead body and living body?
As I said, you see, it's a very complex thing. And I would not say something that I know, for which probably I don't know. What we could measure in a dead body is that we see many things, things, see, organs are not working.
Apart from the soul, what is your explanation of this dead body?
We find that the organs get diseased, reactions do not take place as they do, and the law of nature takes over. We are the great believers of law of nature, better than other religious people. we believe law of nature more than anybody else does.
But do you think you can control the law of nature?
Oh, I think so. I think so. This is the biggest...
Beyond the law of nature or within the law?
Within the law of nature.
Within the law of nature.
That-
Therefore, you can never control it.
Why not?
Within it, you're controlling it within it.
Right.
So, what is control then?
Well, we are doing it. Nobody else has told us to do it. We found it out. Nobody told us.
That is within it.
Within it, I agree. We are all the subject of law of nature.
Exactly. When you say we, you are also within it.
Oh, of course I am.
Alright, let's go beyond it and see what is beyond it. And that's what...
Beyond, nobody knows.
Not
He
beyond.
knows.
That,
Oh, I don't know.
no, beyond, you see, as you say, that you are within the law of nature.
Oh, yes, I agree. We all of us.
So somebody must be above law of nature.
Not necessarily.
No, must be.
I don't-
Otherwise there cannot be law.
Well, law are not the ones which we read in the
No.
books or administration.
No,
These
no.
are not those laws.
Just like,
The word law. What is
just like we are within the state laws.
Yes.
So there is somebody above the state laws. Otherwise how the state laws is made?
Well, I don't know somebody in which sense we try to imagine it.
Why not imagine? As soon as you say law, there
no,
must be a lawgiver.
Oh, I agree with it, but when you say lawgiver, see, people get different concepts.
Why different? For lawgiver, just like...
For you, lawgiver may be something. For me, lawgiver may be something
No,
else.
lawgiver is the same thing for you and me. Just like state laws comes from the government.
Government is nothing. It comes from people.
Anyway, there is an institution which is called government. It may be
Well,
people.
which is made by people.
But you are not controller of the state laws.
Oh, yes, in a way I am.
Huh?
In a way I am.
No, in a way, that is a different thing. But you cannot violate the state laws.
Oh, well, we can all vote them.
Now they will be given that.
I mean,
They will
whenever
be
there's a
punished.
bad law,
They
they
will be
can
punished. The state laws give you laws that you cannot drive your car
Oh,
on the left.
Yeah, that's right.
So if you violate, you become a criminal.
Right. But
Therefore, you are subordinate to the law. And the law is given by another bigger person.
no bigger person, no. These laws
How
are
do you
made
say it is not bigger? Government is bigger than you.
No. That's misconception whatsoever. As a matter of fact,
It
that
is
the one
obstinacy.
thing
It
which
is
you want to-
obstinacy. It is obstinacy. You cannot say government is under you. You are under government.
No, I didn't say God was under me, but I said the laws are made for us.
Why don't you try to understand? The government has given the legislation.
Government is nothing. Government
Why
is
do you say
constituted
nothing?
by
Why do you
people.
say nothing?
Council.
Yeah.
Why do you say nothing?
Find in this.
Yeah.
What kind of scientist you are? You say the government is nothing.
Yeah.
I do not know. You can say government is nothing in my room, but you say outside you'll be arrested.
No, I can say outside too because government is
But
nothing.
why you
Government
say
is by
government
people.
is nothing?
Government is by people. So,
That's all right. But you still cannot say nothing. You are controlled by it.
well, controlled by it, by we agree with them for the good of our us.
First of all, you agree.
Controlled by.
First of all, you agree
Yeah.
that government gives law, and you are under the law.
I don't think I can agree with that.
That is your obstinacy.
No, it's not obstinate at all.
Yes, you are under the law.
No,
Yes.
because you are assuming government is not
First
different
of all, you
body.
agree this principle.
How can I agree with it?
What is this? He says you are not under the government of law.
That is different matter.
Why different matter? First of all, I agree with this.
Wait, how can I agree? Government
Hey,
is
you are.
us.
You
we
are.
govern ourselves.
You are ordered not to drive your car on the left.
Oh, that
you
is-
must.
Oh, I shouldn't. I don't want to.
Therefore,
Because if everybody drives
Therefore,
wrong
you are
way,
under the laws of the government. Therefore, you are under the laws of the government.
There's no doubt about it. We are under the laws of the. We are following the state laws. If you violate state laws, suppose, just like Prabhupada says, if you drive on the right
Well,
side,
in
you
a
get
minor
ticket.
sense, it is true.
Fine, you get a ticket, and then so we are just following in order to.
Right. But what I'm saying is that those laws came about because we decided it was good for us.
And that is.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
another consideration. He merely wants to define the word law. You're using the word natural law. He wants to understand what does the concept mean.
This is
law.
an example.
Just an
All
example.
right.
It's not
Okay, I agree.
different
But so long we understand that government is not somebody's
Russia-
body from up.
In Russia it is.
In Russia it is, and I don't even care for it.
We're trying
But you
to
don't
just
care
trying to
what?
make an example.
This is-
This is the point. It's Law. What
The
is law?
point is, you are under nature's law. There must be somebody who is controlling nature's law.
Yeah, so could be.
Unless
Yes,
you
could be.
think that you have
No,
made
I
part
never
of
made
it
that.
by your vote or something.
No, that's what the difference I was going to tell.
Right.
If you give an example of a government, that is very different from the example of nature.
Yes, no knowledge is perfect. So it's more like the Russian government, let's say.
Not a government. What does it mean, government? Government means also a person, a president.
Yes.
Here in America, the government means President Nixon.
Well, okay, if you want to believe that.
Why not believe? It is a fact.
I don't agree with it at all.
Why don't you agree? Then you're a madman. You are a madman.
No, I don't agree with you, Swamiji, at all.
No, yes.
I do not agree. Because I don't think Nixon is the government.
Yeah, this is still going off the point. The point is still being made that you've already agreed with, that you are under the laws of nature.
Oh, yes.
And that you did not take a hand in determining those
Okay,
laws.
I agree.
He agrees that he's under the law of nature.
But I do not agree with this analogy of government on us.
That's
fine. I said something which I do not know.
We know in this way that Lord Krishna says that Mayadhaksena prakriti suyate sacharacharam, under my control, under my superintendence, the natural law, nature is working.
Well, I don't know who
You don't know, that's
controls
what you
this
learn
working.
it. You learn it from Bhagavad Gita. You do not know that, you learn it.
No, I have read Bhagavad Gita. I am
Here
aware.
it is said.
I know what
Yeah,
is said.
Mayadhaksena prakriti suyate sacharacharam hetunanena kauntya jagadvipari. You are coming from Indian Brahmin family, must know it.
I know it.
Yes.
I have read it. I have Bhagavad Gita with me.
Here,
always.
here is the controller of the material nature.
Yes, but who? See, the difference is philosophically. As far as the philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita is concerned, fine. But since we start talking about somebody controlling and identifying somebody with somebody, I have troubles, as everybody else will.
Not trouble. So, first of all, we have accepted that we are under the control of laws of nature. That is a fact.
Oh, yes.
Now, our Vedic literature says that there is a controller of the laws of nature.
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
You don't know, why don't you know? You must
I don't
know. You must know. Here it is said.
I'm giving you a scientific opinion, not my opinion. Scientists don't know.
Scientific, that the scientists are fools.
I don't know about that.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know.
Maybe, yes.
I don't know.
Yes, it is a fact. We are under the laws of nature.
Yes.
And there must be one who is above the laws of nature.
Oh, probably, yes.
Not probably, this is fact.
Well,
Take
we do
example.
not know for fact and nobody else does.
Huh?
See, when we say we do not know, we are just being modest.
But he knows.
I don't know about that.
But he's trying to tell you if you listen.
I have heard about those things, but I just don't know about it, how to believe it.
That means you are unbeliever.
No, not at all.
Certain. That you are unbeliever.
Not at all.
If he doesn't know who he is, who is controlling,
Then he is
but he
imperfect.
is admitting that there is a control. You admit that there is a control, but you don't know. Your trouble is that you do not see him and you do not know him.
That is a fact.
Well, you can say that. I don't know.
You cannot make finalize.
My point is, I don't know, and I'm not too sure you know it either.
Yeah. I know, because we are getting from authority of Veda. We know.
Yeah, Vedas were there, Pandita Swamiji, all the time. And I was in India dying in smallpox, children were dying in smallpox, and we were going to all the knowledge of Veda people, and they were sending us to the temple, and we go and worship, and the people will die. And Vedas didn't tell us anything about some kind of injection which we could protect it. And the scientist people who went and found out about nature, they found out something, and the children are not dying anymore. They are not deformed.
No,
so I don't know about
we
that.
have stopped the death of children.
We haven't starved, but we sure don't see them blind because of
They're all
smallpox.
in hospitals.
Because of smallpox, we don't see them blind.
But they die.
Eventually, everybody dies.
Yes. So the thing that we're trying to get is not that we're going to
How would
you
you?
don't go so many points.
Yeah.
First of all, this point, let us decide that every one of us under the law of nature.
Yes.
You can say the child for the time being by some injection, but it is under the laws of nature, it will die. That's the fact.
Oh, I agree.
You cannot avoid it. So, everyone is under the laws of nature.
Right.
Let us decide on that. Now, these laws of nature is also controlled by somebody else. As we gave the example that every individual person within a state is controlled by the laws of government or laws of king. Now it is government, democracy. Formerly it was under the king. So king is a person, he gives the law. And under that law, all citizens are controlled. This is a fact. Therefore, the laws of nature is controlled by somebody, controller. And we get this information from Vedic knowledge. And practically it is so that, just by the example, that law must be given by somebody. Law is not blind or something dropped from the sky. Law is law. It is made by somebody. That is law. It is working systematically. Vedic law. So when there is systematic law, there is systematic law giver, controller, supervisor, superintendent. So we are not imagining, but we take it from authoritative Vedic information which is accepted by a great culture, great acharyas, great teachers. Not that I am blindly accepting it, but we are in the disciplic succession, in the Vedic knowledge. So from there we understand Janmadasya Jata Vedanta Sutra. The Vedanta Sutra, Vedanta, Veda means knowledge. It includes your scientific knowledge also. Veda means knowledge. And Anta means ultimate. That is called Vedanta Sutra. In small codes, the things are given there in the Vedic knowledge. Just like, what is the ultimate absolute truth, the question. Athata Brahma Jigyasa. Brahma means absolute, the biggest. So the answer is Janmadasya Jata. So that is absolute truth, Supreme Brahma, where from everything comes. So the laws of nature comes from him.
This is all imagination, fine with me.
Eh?
I mean, this is all imagination and belief, which is fine with me. I mean, I have no objection.
No,
to
it is imagination, not imagination. When you learn from that's a law of gravitation, it is not imagination.
Well, law of gravitation, anything we know about gravity did not come from Vedas.
Not from Veda, but it comes from Mr. Newton.
Yes, that's what I'm
So
saying.
therefore, you take the laws of gravitation from Mr. Newton.
Yes.
So there is an authority.
Well, Newton was wrong in many places, although nobody's authority. Things change completely.
That means you don't accept the authority.
No, I don't. Because once you accept an authority, you are just blindly following something, which may be right, which may be absolutely wrong. But you will never find it out, whether it was right or wrong. So a blind faith in authority is the most mistaken path a person
not blind
ever
faith.
take.
We don't say authority,
Blind faith.
blind faith. Authority, not blind faith.
And just
Yes. Suppose to know your father, the authority is your mother. The mother says, here is your father. You follow blindly.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Your
mother may say wrong.
Oh, well, this kind of examples are very
Why not this kind
unreal.
of thing?
They're-
Not unreal.
Because this
This
is
authority means you have to follow blind. That is authority. That is blind.
No, you believe something. You
Believe because it is fact.
whenever you use word follow, authority, you are talking of subjugation.
No.
And
Yes,
subjugation is different than faith belief.
No. We believe in the subjugation. Because
I do not believe in subjugation.
that is your badness. Because you
No,
say,
nobody can say that.
don't be upset. You said that you are under the laws of nature.
I am.
Therefore you are under subjugation.
But I do not believe this kind of authority words.
You believe when the laws of nature will force upon you death, you must believe.
Oh, I'm sure I will believe.
Then why do you say that you are not obligation?
No, but that's not question of authority or
Yes, that is
It's just
authority. We mean authority
being a
that.
part of the nature.
No.
Big difference between a subjugative authority and being a part of
Not
it.
subjugative. When you are forced to become old, when you are forced to become diseased, you are under subjugation.
Mistake. Not forced. It's automatic. It's just a change. It's a growth into it. It's a pattern. It's no force.
That automatic means just like you become
I mean, that's the way it progresses. I'm a part of it. I'm not under or over anybody. And nobody is over and under above me. But you are not under me, you are not over me.
You're under nature's law.
Right, we all are. You, me, Swamiji, you,
Exactly.
all of us are.
Exactly.
Neither you are above me, nor you are above
Yes, that's our
I am
point.
above you.
That's
Now
our
I have
point.
may I have respect for you because I, on my own, believe that you are respectable. That is entirely a different thing.
That's up to you.
Then authority. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is up to me. But authority and subjugation are the two things which do not come.
It's a matter of your choice, accepting that.
It's a matter of personal
If you are
choice.
not under subjugation, then that is not authority.
I'm no subjugation to anyone. I'm a part of the nature.
How is that?
If nature moves, I move with it. If the nature makes me old, I get old.
Right, then
That is subjugation.
I'm part of it. Nature is changing too. Nature is nothing which is static.
Never is not changing.
Oh, sure it is
Not
changing.
changing.
Well, in my belief,
Never,
it's changing.
no.
And even Lord Krishna says it changes.
No.
I think he does.
Nature is changing.
Ever-changing world is the theme of Lord Krishna.
There's always winter. There's always summer.
Oh, no, and things have changed much more than you have observed just by winter and spring. And the change of the world, change of the nature is the Lord in Gita philosophy itself. And I'm a great believer in Gita philosophy, but I just don't buy subjugation or authority.
Then how can you? Then you say you can determine the age of the earth.
I have not determined. I mean, thousands of
You say
scientists have combined.
you believe in somebody.
Oh, I believe that number very well.
And you believe in authority.
No, because I can make my own calculation using his
But
thing.
you said that Earth changes so much.
It
How
does.
can you-
It's
how can you-
ever changing.
And how can you measure it?
There are ways to do it. I mean, what is Earth today will not be
The
tomorrow.
measurements are blunt.
Oh,
They're
of
like-
course.
they're very
They are
blunt.
approximate.
Can I summarize to you what our source of authority is? You see, what we're talking about is that simply you're saying we both agree that there is a very beautiful setup here. It's not accidental. It's a very beautiful law, intelligent laws of nature. We both agree that there must be something beyond it.
I
Now,
agree.
you agree. Now you don't know beyond that. You have not. You say I don't have time, or somehow.
No,
you
I have a lot of
made a
time,
choice.
just I can't find it.
Exactly. You have made your choice not to go after, or you cannot find it. You say that's
No, that's not, that's your words, that's not my words. My desire is to find more, much more than you think that it is.
Fine, but about that person, you see, you can find and find and find. You've got an elephant. You can get his hair and analyze. Each hair you can say millions of atoms. You can count the atoms in each hair.
Right.
You can go further and further and further.
Right.
But if you don't know that it's an elephant, that's...
No, we have to know it is an elephant. Yeah,
we
you're
have
right.
to know,
Right.
all right?
Right.
So we're talking about a whole, which includes that creator.
Right.
Now,
Well,
and
I think we don't
and
have much difference of opinion. I don't think we have difference of
just
opinion.
wait. And we go to find about that creator, we go to the source of authority,
Yes.
which we know this is the only process to find the creator because we are
How you know
his
that
subordinate.
authority? How you know that authority?
Because we are his subordinate. Now, and you will know, if you follow the process, you will know too.
How?
But
Just
in
like
order
your
to know, you
father.
have to accept one by one. You have to accept, first of all, that he is the authority.
Well, how can you accept somebody's authority without knowing
Just
it?
like your mother. He gave the example.
Exactly.
No, I believed in her, that's all I
But
mean.
you
If she
believe.
says, it's my father,
You
I
think she's
believe.
trying to cheat you?
No, I'm not. That's why I believe it.
Yes.
The question of authority does not come.
So you have to believe that there is an authority beyond and above this law of nature.
Belief, I always said from the very beginning, beliefs are entirely different thing.
And you have to understand where does this information come from.
Yeah.
This doesn't come accidentally, it comes through a source of information. And this source of information we call Veda. It's not an accidental literature.
The Veda means knowledge.
It's knowledge.
The knowledge is coming from this, like you are
And
taking
where is
knowledge.
it coming from? It's coming from the source.
Well, I think we have just a matter of words. You say knowledge is coming from source. I think knowledge is coming from people.
But your knowledge,
is your knowledge.
your knowledge is always changing, just like the carbon-14 test. You say, you might have said a few months back, yes, I believe the earth is this old. And now you have to say, no, I believe now the earth is half that old. So your knowledge is constantly changing.
Oh, yes. Because it gets better and better.
Vedic, better and better. Have you improved the world? Do you think you've made one improvement in the world?
Nobody else has. We have made better than what others, everybody else combined, Christ and everybody else combined it, and Lord Krishna included.
How do you measure that improvement? How do you measure that?
This is another point. First of all, we must settle up this. Sir, first of all, we must settle up this point. That we are all under the laws of nature.
I agree, Swamiji, completely.
Just hear me.
Yeah,
Okay. Now, the point is, we say the laws of nature is also given by somebody else. That is our point.
Which probably I have nothing to argue. Yes.
That is the point.
Yeah, but my only
Now,
trouble is...
what is that person? That is another thing. But we simply, let us agree that we are under the laws of nature. And laws of nature is also controlled by somebody.
Well, you can say that, and I probably
That is our point. That is our point. Now, who is that person, or what is that substance which is controlling the law of nature? That is not yet known to the science.
No.
Yes. But we, either you say believe or we don't, we don't.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because everybody is free to believe in it, but one cannot
That is
say...
the point. You don't believe that, we believe that.
No, that is not true. I didn't say that. I agreed with it. But I do not know who the person is
No.
when I will have...
I don't say who, but you have to believe that there is a person or there is a
Person, I don't
superior
think.
authority.
Yeah, person I don't think so. It's not a form person.
Or not person,
Not in my opinion.
something superior to these laws of material nature. That you have to accept.
Okay.
That is our point.
Yeah.
That is all.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, this is again a conjecture which probably everybody is...
Whatever it may be, we have to accept this. We are under the laws of nature, and laws of nature is controlled by something superior. That's
Fine. I don't think we have any disagreement on that one.
That's all. Let us agree to that point.
Yeah.
Let us agree to that point. Now, what is that something
Yeah.
that remains in for the time being? I may say I know, you may say I don't believe in it. That is a different thing. But there must be something about the laws of nature which is controlled. That is.
I agree.
If we agree to that, then there is no disagreement. Let us stop here. That's all.
Okay. I mean, that is very obvious to everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, this is nothing, this is no...
Now,
there is no
our
Christianity.
preaching is, here is the control. Now, you may take it or not take it, that is different. But we say, here is the control.
Only difference of opinion is this, that or you say or I say, it doesn't matter, it's not reflected to you. Anybody says that they know about God, they have actually no way to prove any way, one way or the other.
No, we don't know by your process.
By any
That is your process. Your process is, you are trying to ascend. But we are taking knowledge from directly God.
That's where my trouble is. And
No, your trouble must be there.
Yeah.
Because you are godless.
No, not true.
Yes. That is
Not
your trouble.
true. Not true.
That is your trouble.
No, well, okay, if you want to say that, okay,
Yes,
fine.
because you are godless in this sense,
Yeah.
because you are born in India,
Yes.
born in a Brahmin family,
Yes.
and you do not believe Krishna, the Supreme Lord.
Oh, I do not believe that, I do believe that God is, but I do not understand whether this
You do not
the word Lord
understand
Krishna
that
was
is
an
your
alien God or
godlessness.
not, I don't know.
That is your godlessness. Because
no, that's not my God, let's just go on.
Yes, because
This more explains the process and how to know God.
Brahmana means one who knows the Brahma.
Yeah.
Brahma janati iti Brahma. So at least you are not a Brahmana, because you do not know the
No, I
Brahma.
do not believe in classes anyway. So
Yes,
it's all right.
yes. So that is your defect.
I'm
One has to
very glad
become
that-
a Brahman. One has to, but you are deviated from Brahman.
I'm glad I did.
Yes.
I'm very happy I did. I can
Yes.
assure you, Swami.
Yes.
And if I meet God, I'll tell him I'm glad I did.
That's all right. The demons always say like that. The demons say always like that. That is the fashion of the
No,
demons.
it's not true. You know, Swamiji, what I'm telling you is
No, no.
true, because
No, I
after all,
know.
I'm a Brahmin
We
son.
are-
I know a lot
we
about
are- we have become-
Gita myself.
You have become a demon.
Huh?
From Brahmin, you have become a demon.
No, I have not become demon and God knows it. I am much more better man right now.
Demons always know better than God.
Is that right? I don't know better than God. Oh, I never said that. But what I'm saying is God knows I'm not a bad man. I'm not a demon.
Demon's position is always to challenge God that I know better than God.
I never said
That is demon. That is demon.
No, so you did not hear me.
Yes, I know.
I did.
What
I
is that?
said that God knows I'm not a demon. I did not say I'm better than God.
Can we hear what he knows? What is his knowledge? What he thinks is his knowledge? What do you
Can I say about my concept of God and philosophy?
No, not that. That's speculation. Let's hear what you
Oh,
know.
it's better speculation than yours.
Let's hear what you know through your scientific. You say you only accept knowledge which is scientifically
Oh,
verifiable.
I never said that. I was giving you
Kala,
scientific way of
one
it.
thing is that he has accepted that there is a controller of the nature.
Oh, I
Now, what is the controller you do not know.
don't know.
That's it. So we know. There is a difference. You believe me or not, that's another thing.
Okay, all right.
I say that controller is Krishna. Now you may disagree with me, but I have got evidence from this Shastra that Krishna is accepted by all Brahmins in India.
Oh, I accept him too.
Yeah, that he is discipline control. But I have got that authority. Ramanujarja, he is a Brahmin. Madhacharya, he is a Brahmin. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is a Brahmin. They are born in Brahmin family.
Yes.
And Shankaracharya, yes,
I know all about them.
So, all of them have agreed. So, in my background, we have got so many authorities. But when you say you have no background, that is the difference between you and me.
Swamiji, our Shastra also says that you seek and you find. And the person who seeketh himself
No.
will have a better chance of finding me.
No.
Oh,
we don't agree with that.
Oh, I
We
don't
don't
agree.
agree.
You don't agree.
Where's that said?
Oh, I'll show you many books where the philosophy has been.
And now we are talking of Bhagavad Gita. Can you say any quotation?
No, I do not follow them by quotation.
Then don't say Shastra.
No.
Don't say our Shastra. You don't believe in Shastra, you do not know Shastra. Therefore don't say our Shastra. You say in your scientific point of view.
Say what
Don't
you
say
have
your
found
Shastra.
through your scientific process. Tell us what knowledge is. Tell us how things are working. What is the process of science?
How the law of nature is being controlled. What is your scientific
I already agreed, and all scientists agree that they know nothing about it.
That's
So then
that you don't know.
Your process is imperfect. You admit.
That's true.
So
But
we're
you-
saying that there's a process which is perfect, and it's the process of receiving knowledge which is absolute, that is descending, and receiving that with a submissive attitude. And you're saying that by your sensuous endeavor, with your different machines and instruments, you can ascend to the absolute truth. But the symptom of a person who's in knowledge is that he's satisfied, he's peaceful within, and we can understand that this Krishna consciousness society is developing, is helping living entities, people become satisfied within by receiving knowledge and actually coming to understand themselves and what's around them and so forth. Whereas, let me ask you, how many people have actually come to this stage of peacefulness and knowledge, being free from the need for intoxication and so many different things, by your scientific method? In other words, has this process helped you to be actually filled with knowledge and bliss,
Or has it simply set you into more questioning and more doubt, and till you come to the point of what we were discussing the other day, the Heisenberg's
Theory of uncertainty.
Theory of uncertainty. Ultimately, you come to the theory of uncertainty. So we are saying, when you come to this point, then you may as well just relax and try to have a submissive attitude, or any scientist, and try to receive knowledge which is descending.
Another thing is, he says that he does not know what is that beyond this material nature. But he is still satisfied with that imperfect knowledge.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes. You should not be satisfied with that imperfect knowledge.
So,
Wait a minute.
to be satisfied with the
To be
imperfect knowledge is the qualification of an animal.
Correct. But these were your words. This one not mine. I didn't say that I was satisfied.
Yes.
You presumed I was satisfied. No.
You're not
You said that we know up to this, we don't know beyond this. But
That is
still
true.
you
And
do
we
not
are,
want to.
I never said that we are not trying to find out.
Alright, then, and you have tried. And
Oh, we will still try. You have to try very hard to find out these things. My question is, when I say, wait a minute, let me talk something. When I say I do not know, that does not necessarily mean that others know. And you are taking this viewpoint.
No, you
I am
cannot.
saying in my humbleness that I do not know. And you come up, well, I know that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, you are supposed to know. That's not true. I'm just saying you don't know either.
But you cannot say also, because you do not know, others do not know. You
don't
cannot say.
No,
No,
I never
you
said
cannot
that.
say.
I didn't say that.
That-
No, but you come back and tell me that I know, then I cannot believe you that because I said I don't know, you have to
Then
know.
I know means, I know from the authority, who knows.
Which authority is that?
That I say, I present this, Vedas, authority. You
I have
don't-
troubles with those.
You do not believe in the Vedas, that is a different thing.
Well,
But I am saying I know from the authority.
I have seen that. I have lived
That
in
is
India.
my
I have
position.
lived in everywhere. Vedas were all that great,
No,
and
no.
we have followed Vedas for thousands of years.
You might have,
Look what it has done to the country.
You might have
It
faith,
is still there.
but Vedas are still
in what situation?
It is not what situation, it is what situation for
That's
you
why
who do
Christ is
not
doing
believe.
much better.
But Vedas authorities that have been accepted by all the acharyas, all the Brahmins, all great personalities in India, that is our authority. Now you don't believe in that authority, that you have become deviated from Vedas. That is the point.
Well, if you want to say that.
Yeah, that is the point.
This is not
But
my
we have got
opinion.
our authority. That's all.
This is not my opinion. Because I look Vedas
And it is your
and I
opinion.
make my own mind
It
about
is
it.
your opinion, because you are Indian, I am also Indian. I believe, you don't believe. So
I
it
do not
is your
believe-
opinion.
I do not believe in a strict following of every word written.
That's all right, that is your point of view, but that is not our point of view.
We're right. Oh, we agree on that one.
That's
You said once, in a court of law, if there are 2 points of view at the final judgment, it has to be judged by the results of which point of view. So if you judge by the results of our process and his process, which people have attained to some kind of perfect understanding of themselves, some kind of satisfaction with life, you have to point to our process and say that ours gets the balance of a favorable opinion. Because in your process, no one has been made happy.
How do you say that in your process? Anybody has been made happy?
everyone who follows Vedic
You ask me.
Indians, they
Ask
are
me.
happy.
Ask me, I'm very happy.
But you are happy with imperfect knowledge.
Oh, well, again, it's the same
You
question.
say,
I doubt whether you heard
no,
the
you are happy with your imperfect, that is
Everybody-
qualification of an animal. Imperfect knowledge and happy.
Only perfect can be then your superpower which you're talking about. You cannot be perfect either.
No,
You're
I am not perfect,
Yeah.
but I am following the perfect.
Yeah, well, the
That is-
superpower, everybody is following
That is-
superpower, so everybody else
No,
is
you have no
imperfect.
such power. You have no such
No, I have
superpower.
no such
You
superpower.
say that you do not know anything beyond this material knowledge.
Yeah.
But you do not know.
I don't
Therefore, you do not know what is the superpower, which
don't
is
know.
controlling.
No.
But I know the superpower.
Well, that's my question. I don't know whether you know that.
Yes,
So
that is the difference.
So you should not make the conclusion that just because you don't know, that someone else also doesn't know.
No, I agree with you completely, but my point of this is that this is the difference between the religious and the scientific approach of finding the superpower. When science finds...
This is not religious.
Whatever
It is
it
not
is.
faith.
Whatever
It is science.
Science.
It
Okay,
is
this
science.
kind of science then,
Yeah.
because there is no way to prove it. When a person
There
finds
is proof.
anywhere
There
in
is
the
proof.
world,
You don't say
in
there is no
science,
proof.
you can do the same thing
No,
in your
no.
place.
There is proof.
Where
There
is
is
it?
How
proof.
can you see
Because the laws of nature being controlled.
Yeah.
That is the proof. There is somebody control. That is the proof.
Well, okay, suppose we grant that. Suppose we grant that is the case, then what we do about it?
So that you do not know that. We know that. That is our.
Okay, suppose we believe that this is the case, then what we do about it?
Then our knowledge is perfect.
Then sit and just request him to do something?
No, the process is given.
The difference is that your process is imperfect because you do not know exactly who is the controller of the laws of nature.
But nobody else does know these.
Nobody. I say no, you still say nobody.
Oh, I agree. That's your belief, but I don't think you know that.
Very belief. I say your belief also. That there is no controller. That is also your belief.
No, there is a controller. I say you don't know.
No. Why you are giving so much importance to your method of understanding?
Because there was no one which others can do.
That is. So if you give so much importance to your method of understanding, why don't you give importance to our method of understanding?